almost talked to her. What a mistake that would be. Who you talking to? Man, you're always asking for something. I don't know what's on your plate, but I'm pretty busy with my own stuff here. Alright, well, I'll let you know. Peace. Peace. Deuces. Ash, who was that? Well, if it isn't Thor's biggest busybody, way to eavesdrop on me. It's nothing. A bad influence from back home hit me up, that's all. A bad influence, come again? Yeah, you met him once. But he's not the kind of guy a goody two-shoes like you would cozy up with. Name's Brad. He's a real, something star stirrer. Oh wait, I think Oh, you know who is streaming? Excellent. Well, I don't know if he's gonna beat the game soon, but if you want to keep me updated on if he goes into the review, I want to avoid, like, I'm gonna play that game, so I can't watch it, but I want to be there for the raffle. So thank you very much for letting me know. Yeah, I know who you mean. That friend of yours from Raquel. He was the one who tried to sell you out on that informant when you snuck into the city, right? Yeah, guess he's wrangled together my old Fafnir buddies from during the Civil War. Now they're back in operation and up to their old tricks. So it looks like they're sticking with low-level crap, like extortion and brawling. Nothing the IDF give two craps about. When we were doing the field exercises before, I ended up giving him my contact info, and now he says he has something to discuss with me, whatever the heck that means. That is a little concerning, I have to say. He must have his reasons for contacting you like this, though, right? To be perfectly honest, given everything that's going down, I really don't have the time to be dicking around with that bastard. We'll focus on our own problems, and you focus on yours. Ash. If it's going to be bugging you anyway, why not see what he has to say? You must have at least an inkling as to why he wants to talk to you, right? Well, yeah, if I consider the circumstances surrounding the guy. Still, though, even more reason to tie up loose ends now, right? To make sure you don't regret it down the line. I'll be there alongside you, of course, as your instructor and as a fellow member of Class 7. Man, Teach, you just love nosing in on people's drama, don't you? I get what you're saying, though. Can't really move forward when you're knee-deep in yesterday's bullcrap. Alright. Bring out Valimar, Schwarzer. I want to settle this. You got it, Ash. Yeah, Ash is cool people. I don't mind spending time with Ash. Ash called Brad back to talk. They met at Deccan's in Raquel, and Brad told Ash everything. Ash. I'm glad you're here, and you too, instructor. Just thought I'd drop by. You got some nerve calling me up after bringing back Fafnir and trying to sell me out. I feel so bad about that. It's like I was possessed or something. I couldn't think of anything else who could help with this. Please help me. I don't know what to do. Seems like things are pretty serious. Alright, we'll hear you out. So when you and your friends committed blackmail and other misdemeanors, in the shadows was your informant, Miguel. Yeah, that's basically it. At first, he was just doing stuff like showing us the perfect places to extort people. But then he made me do all sorts of stuff because I owed him or something. I had to bring some product from Ortis without the Imperial Defense Force busting me. You mean, sounds pretty sketchy. Yeah, and recently, he's been asking for some pretty major stuff. To top it all off, we almost got dragged into some shady business of his not too long ago. If this keeps going on, we're seriously going to end up at the point of no return. Okay, I get it. So he had you move some product, huh? Ash? It's nothing. Alright, long story short, you realize the error of your ways because you're in way over your head and you're scared. Now you know how stupid you were to bring Fafnir back and do whatever the heck you want right before the war, huh? But what? Is there something wrong with me realizing that? It's just you went off to join that military academy, and then I heard you shot the Emperor of all people. So when this old dude told me I could be top dog around town, I thought, yeah, why not? Looks like the curse worked its way in with all that emotional turmoil. Yeah, I got it. I'm the reason why. Probably for that moron, too. In that case, I gotta set things straight, huh? Ash, are you okay? You look like you're back to normal. Well, back to being a goofball. Don't worry about it. Leave the rest to me, Brad. I'll talk it over with the old man. I've got some stuff I want to ask him about myself anyway. You do? Anyway, we'll have you be of use here. Got it? There was no capital G there, unless that was supposed to be a comma. Let's look for some clues. Ain't gonna need no goody two-shoes. Green and Ash began asking around about Miguel. The rumors they heard pointed to him being somewhere outside town with a new shipment of goods. Eventually, they tracked him down. Yeah, we gotta take that product from him. Alright. This should be enough. Miguel's punks ain't gonna use more than this. About time I moved on. One last trip back to town should do it. Oh, and where are you planning on scuttling off to next? What the? Ash? And the Ashen Chevalier? How's it hanging, Miguel? Been a while since that whole cleaning thing. I hear you've been helping out Brad and the others. Hello, Miguel. I haven't seen you since our old field exercises. Hope you realize I'm not going to let you get away with anything that might put young people in danger. Now, we'd like you to tell us about whatever it is brought you here from Ortis. I don't know what Brad's been telling you, but you've got me all wrong. I seek out young people with potential and teach them the value of hard work, that's all. Shipping these things is just another aspect of that. And then he pulls out a gun. So this is your new product, huh? It's an RF model. I'm guessing there are more in the container. That's right. I've got contacts in the military who've helped me build up a decent stash, little by little. I mean, no one knows for sure what's going to happen to the world after the war starts, right? You gotta be prepared. Savvy folks from all over the continent are already putting together hidden weapon caches. The way I see it, I could make a fortune supplying them with the kind of high-quality arms they'll be needing. That's really low. What? Well, you're a war profiteer now. That's a pretty drastic change from when you dealt in information. Not to mention how fast you got these weapons together all on your own. I figured that wouldn't be possible without the right connections and know-how. What aren't you telling us? Now that you mention it, something does seem off. It's simple, really. Wasn't always an informant. Until a little more than 10 years ago, I was a merchant working a different kind of market. Some of those secret supply routes I learned back then are coming in handy now, that's all. Now I'm done talking. You gonna let me walk? Or you gonna let me through, or what? Can't keep my customers waiting. What is it, Ash? Hey, don't go make any sudden moves. Look, Miguel, I don't give a rat's butt where you go next. But there's one thing I gotta ask you first. Thought we were done here. Was it you? Were you the one who got me out of Hamel? Hey, where's this coming from? Oh, because he just mentioned that he was a merchant. Oh, right. Because of the first bonding. Man, it's been so long since we did that first bonding event with Ash that I've completely forgotten. Ash, do you mean... Yeah, I've been thinking about it ever since we found my mom's diary. 14 years ago, a merchant helped me escape from Hamel and into Raquel. But what you said just now, that you were a merchant more than 10 years ago, well, things just clicked. Now I see. How long have we known each other, Miguel? From my first days in Raquel, from when I got adopted, since I could remember, basically. You were involved with all of that, weren't you? I mean, you weren't exactly a good influence. You even sold me out to the Jaegers that one time. I always thought you were one of the most deadbeat pieces of crap around. But you still showed up at Mom's funeral and made a donation. I just felt so out of place for the small-time crook like you. I figured you must have had some ulterior motive. But looking at it now, I can't help but wonder if you felt some kind of obligation towards me. If I've got it wrong, go ahead and set me straight. When did you get so sharp, kid? I wanted to take this to the grave, but I guess my secret's out. It's true then. Every word. 14 years ago, I was peddling my wares out by Parm. If I hadn't stepped out for a smoke that night, I might never have met you. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Whoa, take it easy, kid. What are you doing out on the road by yourself? Was that a gunshot? What the heck's going on? This can't be good. Come on, kid. Let's get you out of here. I grabbed you and put you on the first train I could find. But you wouldn't say a darn word to me. Even after we got to Raquel. Don't know what to make of that. I thought maybe you'd been mixed up in some bad business, and then the soldiers came for me. I don't know how they found out, but they knew I'd helped you get away. Forget about everything that happened that night and ditch the kid. You'll be helping secure the future of the Empire. It's in your best interest to comply. You can pay whatever you want. Not a bad deal, huh? A deal, huh? Sounds more like a threat. They were trying to cover up what Osborn did to Hamill. I hate to sound heartless, but I was eager for any excuse to get rid of you. So I took the mirror and gave you to one of the hostesses at my favorite club. I knew she wouldn't put you out on the street. She was quite the woman, taking in a kid she knew next to nothing about and raising you as her own. You're telling me. So you see, I didn't really do anything that bad. I got you away from Hamill in one piece, and even set you up with a new family. Was it so much for me to collect a little compensation in return? Yeah, that's all there is to it. I cut my ties to you and got on with my life. Our past doesn't mean crap to me. Right now, you're nothing but some punk who's standing in the way of me and my business. Well, darn it, why can't I pull the trigger? You're a traitor, a criminal. You shot the Emperor, for crying out loud. No one's gonna miss you. I took the darn money. I washed my hands of you. You're nothing to me. Nothing, so why can't I? So that's it. Guess that explains the sudden shift in your business model. I know you're not gonna admit it, but when you took that deal, it messed you up on the inside. You knew it was wrong, and you've been carrying that guilt with you ever since. That's what let the curse worm its way into your heart and turn you into a real crook. The heck are you talking about? Don't act like you know me. If I'm wrong, then why do you look like you're in so much pain? It's written all over your face, moron. You've been running from your sins all this time, but you just can't let them go. Ash. To be honest, I really don't give a crap how far you fall. But there's something you should know. Right up until she passed, Mom was still smiling. She said it was a blessing having me in her life. Go figure, right? She also told me she wished she could thank the guy who brought us together. And I feel the same. I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for you, and I wouldn't change a thing about the time I had with my mom. Well, it might have been nice if she'd been a better cook, but you can't win them all. As far as I'm concerned, my hometown isn't Hamill. It's Raquel, the town you brought me to. One of these days, I'll find a way to pay you back for everything you've done for me. I don't regret joining the academy or trying to find out about my past. That was my own choice. Because of that, I got to meet Kurt, Philly, Bunny, Phony Locks. And they're not a bad bunch. Heck, even some of the instructors are okay, I guess. So I figure I gotta at least say thank you. Not just for me, but for Mom, too. A curse, it's... For a kid who wouldn't talk at first, he sure grew up to have quite a mouth on you. Look at me, getting all sentimental. I feel like such a chump. But hey, all this only goes as far as you getting me off the streets. Huh? leading Brad astray and selling me out during the field exercises. Now that's a different story. I think you've got a little debt to be paid, you feel me? You feel me? That ought to straighten this stuff out. Man, that felt good. You're enjoying this a little too much. I hope this did you some good, Ash. Though now free from the curse, Miguel and Brad still had plenty of crimes to answer for. After turning them over to the authorities, Reen summoned Valimar to return him and Ash to the Courageous 2. Look at Valadizzle, looking all shiny. He had me worried there for a minute. I'm glad it all worked out. Trust me, I was just as surprised to find out Miguel's the guy I owe my life to. At least now I feel like I can let the past go. Well, that's good. I'm happy for you. Right, enough sappy crap. Let's get back to the others. Fair enough, Ash. Fair enough. That was really good. That was really good. See, Ash, he's just such a good character. I dig him. I dig him. He's cool like that. He's fly like that. He's hip like that. What's up, Celine? Wanted to say thanks for protecting Aaron Village. I mean, we were lucky that we had Emma and Vita around to keep things in order. If that pathetic jerk managed to take over the village, I might have died of embarrassment. Now, he's definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed, is he? Yet he's somehow still an Ouroboros member. Rose is coming up with some sort of plan so this doesn't happen again. We'll have to keep a close eye on Ouroboros from now on, just in case. Hi, Celine, what are you doing here? I just wanted to take another look at Valimar. He's changed so much recently. Yeah, that ogre-like silhouette he had is completely gone. He's looking a lot more like his old self, if you ask me. True, but he's using more mana now, too. His appearance has changed to reflect that. Now that he's absorbed Zector's power, he's taken on his third form. Maybe we should call this form True Valimar. True Valimar, yeah, that feels fitting. I see what you meant now about the rivalries being a struggle for power. I thought I could handle whatever they threw at me, but, well, exactly how I'm feeling about them is kinda complicated. But I guess I've got to stick with it and do the best I can. I understand how you feel. You may not have a choice about participating, but that doesn't mean you have to like it. For now, just try to struggle through this, but don't be afraid to stay true to yourself. Celine. Thanks, it makes me feel better to know I don't have to be something I'm not. I just realized that this iron floor is polished so much that you can see reflections in it. That's a little insane. Can I talk to you and not Crow? Well, I've got everything I need, plus help with setting it all up. It all seems to be in order, so what say we head over once we have some spare time? Leave it to me. Crow or Dean, are the two of you going somewhere? Yeah, just a little thing I need to take care of. Something I want to handle before the next rivalry. Something to take care of, huh? I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world, man. Just some personal business. We're all trying to put things in order by the next rivalry, so you gotta make sure that you're all prepared too, alright? But if you're heading down to take care of anything, just let me know, okay? What kind of business does he have to take care of? I have to admit I'm curious. Mind if I go with you, Crow? We're gonna be out there fighting together, so I want to make sure you're firing on all cylinders. Reen. Keep in mind, it's not the fun kind of errand. It might be a good opportunity, though. I know they've been on your mind after all. Ooh. Well, you'll figure it out soon enough. Alright, hurry up and get ready then. I'll be waiting here. We're gonna go check out the Imperial Liberation Front. Maybe V's grave? Maybe G's grave? Maybe visit S? That would be cool. Once Reen was ready, they set off from the Courageous 2 with the 2 Divine Knights. They decided to visit various regions to help Crow with his tasks. This is a church. She could be here. The cathedral at St. Ark. What does he need to do here? There she is, just like I heard. Sorry, but can you wait a bit? It's S. No, that's not S. But it could be a lead for S. Adios, please find a way to forgive my grandson, Michael. Doesn't absolve his crime, but he was truly concerned for this country. I just pray that he can rest in peace. I mean, we don't know V's, actual name. I mean, it was like Vulcan or something like that, but his name could be Michael Vulcan. I pray for the same. Huh? What was that? Ah, these are his. Michael. Is it okay to have just handed those over? I'm in no position to be forgiven, so on to the next. Michael, where have I? I mean, there's so many Michaels. There's Instructor Michael. There's also Dropped Frames Michael. Darn fools, a lot of them, getting into this whole war. The Red Constellation, Nidhogger, and even the former Northern Jaegers. What a mess. Only the boss and everyone could have. Sorry I couldn't get revenge. Huh? But it's good you survived. Take care of yourself, yeah? That's what he would have wanted. Vulcan, is this the boss's tag? Hey, you. Right then, just gotta wait for someone to get in touch now. Sure. I've pieced it together now, Crow. This is about them, isn't it? Of course, it's about the Imperial Liberation Front. So glad I figured it out before we even started things. I really want to talk to S, though. That would be like the perfect capstone for this. After returning to Valimar, Rean and the others, received an unexpected message. George. Hey, Rean, didn't expect to see you again so soon. After I heard from Crow, I thought this might be a good time to reach out. Good thing you're still using your old number. So, does this mean you found her? Yep, you're gonna have to make do with a voice call, though. Here, I'll patch you through. Hello, can you hear me all right? It's her. Good to hear from you again, Scarlet. Same here, C. Crow. Sorry. Still getting used to that. I never thought we'd get a chance to talk again. It's nice to be able to talk to S again, even though we're not talking to S again. As for Rean, I guess we haven't spoken in a while either, not since Borear. I'm glad you're alright. I thought you'd still be locked up somewhere in Croizen. What can I say? This is business as usual for me. Right now I'm operating outside the Empire, on board a Merkaba. You mean as a Gralsritter? Apparently, Eustace flexed his influence to have her released into protective custody. The church took her past as a squire into account and allowed her to work as a kind of penance for her role in the Civil War. Wow, Eustace really came through. Can't imagine it's all footsies and tea parties, you being a former terrorist and all. It was pretty tough at first, but it's better now. Father Wazy and that bald knight are actually pretty reasonable when you sit down and talk to them. I don't know who those two are. Some of the recruits here joined up around the same time as me, and there are interesting people here, though I'm not bored at all. That's great. I'm glad to know you're doing all right. I won't pretend I wasn't a little discouraged when I found out Osborne had survived. But I was able to get past that and find a new path forward thanks to all of you. You have my gratitude. Right. Bro, I heard all about what you've been doing. Let's both do our best, not for revenge, but for them, and for the world too. Of course, let's do this thing right. That was nice. That was nice. Got to talk to Scarlet again. So those people that we saw back there, were they really related to those in the Imperial Liberation Front? Yeah. Doing that's always been on my mind ever since I got my memories back. It's the least I can do to make up to the pals who went to Gehenna with me. I managed to find some people who knew Vulcan and Gideon, so I just decided to go forward with it. Oh, his name was Michael Gideon, wasn't it? I see. Though I have to say I'm surprised that the church took her in. And that other guy, he must have had a lot of things on his mind. Well, in any case, it feels like I'm tying up some loose ends. Don't have to worry about it anymore in my final moments. Bro. No, I guess it's more like this is just the beginning, isn't it? They're back. Reen, Crow. Where exactly did you two wander off to? Bowa, Angelica. There's always a place and people to return to, even for us. For everyone's sake, including those who died, it's not over yet. We have to see it through to the end and make it back alive no matter what. I guess you're right. First, there's the coming rivalry. We have to succeed. I'm counting on you, partner. Right. That one was nice. A nice little throwback. I dig it. Afterward, they met with Tau and Angelica and made it back safely to the Courageous. Once the Divine Knights were on board, they set off something. Okay. Progress has been made. I can finally move on. Let's save. Okay, so Duvali's probably going to force her way into the party. Totally understandable. But who else is going to force their way into our party? Probably Gaius. Did Gaius join us for the last one? No, he didn't. I think Gaius will. You know, probably church-related. Who else would want to join us for this? Maybe Emma? Could be Emma. Hey, nice work back there. And here I was, hoping to luxuriate in all the pleasures Aaron Village had to offer. No rest for the wicked, I suppose. After all the work you put in to defend that place, I don't think the wicked label really applies. They weren't Agante and Tio with you earlier. They were, yeah, but Heavy Blade's gone back to Legram and Teotot left her papers here and headed home. She was in a real tizzy, too. Must have a lot of work to get done on top of helping us. Unfortunate, but unavoidable. For now, we can take heart in the fact that we managed to liberate Emma's home from Gilbert and his goons. That is an unqualifiable win. I know that you've still much to do, young Reen, but you've earned yourself some relaxation. I highly recommend you take it. I'll try, at least. Thank you, Your Highness. I heard about what happened at Ulster. It sounded truly terrible. Who could have anticipated the influence of the Great Twilight would have caused this? We may have underestimated the situation. I need to thank you. We only managed it with everyone's help. I just really hope that the people of Ulster will be able to recover soon. I do as well. Thank you, Reen. Oh, that was that side quest that we did that I totally skipped. And, woo-wee, the frames. Crossbell, it's been a while. If the circumstances were different, I'd have loved to perform here again. You must be pretty fond of this place, Your Highness. I still remember the time 2 years ago when you charged into that jazz bar and started playing the piano. He's done that on multiple occasions. I can imagine you doing something like that. What can I say? Life's nothing without a little passion. Speaking of piano, there was that time I played in the restaurant in Bose, too. Got thrown in jail afterward, but hey, looking back on it now, it was a fun time. I think Tita told us that story. You sure have a talent for getting in trouble. That was one of the times that I was referring to in Trails of the Sky. Tell me about it. My goodness, he had so much to say. Ooh, the Stella Sanctuary. This was a Reen one. It's the only one that's locked off for me. You say Emma Duvali. So but it's 133. We know it's gonna be tough. So basically I'll just have to make sure that Emma is with me. Because Duvali's going to force her way into the party anyways. Hold on. Let me make sure I have all the quests turned in.
Making a report. Oh my. Seems you had it tough. Until next time.
I don't know if I saved, but you can never save too much, people. Fighting Aryan Road right now is very concerning. I think I understand, I guess, story-wise, Aryan Road is very low totem pole when it comes to plot progression. But Aryan Road is also like the most powerful of everyone, except for maybe Osborne. So this presents quite the conundrum of power struggles here that doesn't quite make sense, but you know, we'll follow through with it. At least Rutger was first. Who else are we missing? Yeah, I guess I can see why they're doing this, because Rutger, you know, he doesn't really have any pull in the story, and Aryan Road doesn't really have any pull in the story. Then you start getting into Cedric, who has, you know, some pull. Then you get into Rufus. He's got some pull. And then who am I missing? I'm missing somebody else, right? Aryan Road, Cedric, Rufus. Osborne. I don't remember who the last one is. Well, we're staying outside of the wetlands and stuff. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? No, I'm not missing anybody. Okay. Because Rutger was 5, there's 7. Got it. I got it. Alright, I imagine we're going to get a bunch of side quests here too. I also want to visit the Emperor. I think that would be kind of fun. Did I miss out on anything? Didn't somebody tell me to go visit someplace? And I don't know if I went there. There it is. That's it, right? A pillar of light, the same as in Hamel. Yeah, there's no mistaking it. So the Stella Sanctuary is below it then, whereas my lord awaits. Just as we thought. There don't seem to be any Gargantua-class ships nearby. Right, they're certain to be focusing the bulk of their military strength towards Calvard. Which makes this our best chance to land. All hands prepare.
No, I suspect it will not be that easy.
Professor Schmidt. What do you mean by that?
Just now, this ship was detected by a directional radar. They are lying in wait for us. They know we are coming.
There's an optic response coming from the north. Is it an enemy attack? No, wait. Isn't that the same type of beam we saw the Gargantua using? That's a magic barrier oscillation beam. Judging from its origin point, could it be? Identifying, Elise, Your Highness. Activating wide range radar. Identifying firing location, putting the image on screen. Orcus Tower. That's Orcus Tower. Why there?
Hey, you guys! Do you read me?
Yona and
you
Lloyd,
guys know
too.
what's going on with that beam coming out of the tower?
Come to the SSS building quick. Security around the area is sparse right now.
I was going to ask why, but, you know, the arrest warrant has been suspended thanks to Rufus, so let it slide. Green and the others arrived at the field exercise camp off Ursula Road without being spotted. They decided to rendezvous with their allies at the Special Support Section HQ. I don't really get this part, I guess. You know, Ouroboros, Osborn, the Ironbloods, they want the rivalries to happen. So why are they wasting time? Get the rivalries done and over with. It doesn't make any sense to me. Can't believe we managed to sneak this many people inside. Looks like their security has gotten slack. Yeah, I had my doubts about us being taken off the wanted list, but here we are. It sure is a relief to see you guys again after all this time. Yeah, the intelligence division's not so hot on keeping tabs way out here. Just goes to show how close the war is. That said, those barrier generators are something else. I had no idea they'd been in the works. I remember them announcing some kind of experimental new defense system a while back. This must be what that was all about. They're essentially a confluence of both magic and science. It's different from the magic we know in the Empire. If anything, I'd say it's closer to the alchemy practice here in Crossbell. They feel kind of like the barrier I made with Demiurgos too. Except not nearly as big. Still, they seem to be pretty good at protecting smaller areas. Geez, what is Bell thinking? The Black Workshop's putting out even higher quality stuff than before. Something like this could change the face of war all on its own. Yeah, no doubt about that. Either way, we're gonna have to shut all this down. Otherwise, we won't even get a chance to carry out this rivalry before the war begins. Right, we have to keep our own goals in mind. The tower's still surrounded by the Imperial Defense Force, though. And there's a barrier stopping us from dropping in on it from above. In that case, how about we go in from the underground? Oh my gosh, I hate the Geofront so much. We could probably get in through the Geofront. The Geofront does have basement levels that connect to the tower. Yeah, but it's not like we can waltz in there. They've got military police patrolling the place around the clock. Oh, that stinks. And here I thought I'd come up with a good plan for once. Actually, I think you have the right idea. Throwing the place head on is a no-go, long as those Zauber's soldats are on watch. Going through the basement just might be the easier option. In that case, we just need to create a diversion to draw the MPs away. It's gonna have to be something big to distract them, all long enough for us to sneak in. You know, the Bobcat is on its way here, and with Team LeBurl's bracers aboard too. Those extra numbers could give us some more options. You know what's a better idea? Since, like, basically the whole of the tower, like, made of glass, you could shoot a hole in the tower, you know, halfway up. I'll even give you halfway up, and you know, we could just jump inside instead of starting from the bottom. Hey, how about we try what Yuna and the others did last time? You know, when you did a performance to lure away that old rich guy. How do you know about that? Oh yeah, that was... Wait, hold on a second. I mean that thing that happened with Marquis Ballard in Sutherland. How do you know about that? Your power allowed you to see it, am I right? Yeah, the Spirit Vein showed it to me in a vision. It was only for a second, so I didn't really get what was going on, but it looked like fun. That ability of yours sure is wild and random. Well, she's only been able to do it since the Great Twilight began, so it's probably a temporary thing. Using a performance as a diversion doesn't sound like a bad plan, especially not with a professional artiste on our side. And not just any artiste, one of the most up-and-coming members of Arc-en-Ciel. Who, me? Arc-en-Ciel's really popular around Crossbell, right? Yeah, everyone's been really bummed out that they're not putting on any shows. Neither of their star players are in any condition to dance right now, but we still have Sully, a trade, forerunner of the troupe's second generation. Arc-en-Ciel's star-studded comeback. I like it. That's a pretty good angle. Hold on a minute. We can't do the show without Ilya. A ton of our stagehands are taking time off too. We'd never be able to put something together in such a short notice. That shouldn't be a problem. We've got a pretty extensive network of friends to ask for help from in times like these. I bet they'd be more than willing to lend us a hand or two, or 10. Besides, Scheherazade already practiced the part with you, didn't she? Oh yeah, she did. Thought she was an A-rank bracer. Apparently she was a professional dancer before joining the guild. Oh, chick's got hidden depths, huh? I can dig it. The Bracer Guild doesn't give A ranks for nothing. She must be more than physically adequate. We can probably get Estelle on board too. Of course, all this depends on whether Sully agrees to take the lead. I mean, I'm sure they'd be able to keep up with me, but... I mean, me? The lead? You'll be fine. I know you can do it. Please consider it. We may not be able to get into the tower otherwise. Okay, fine. I'll do it already. Great, sounds like a plan. Wow, Arc-en-Ciel back in action. I can't wait. Don't get too comfortable. This ain't a school festival we're putting on here. Not this time. We'd better get to work right away. There's only 3 days left until D-Day. We should start by recruiting stagehands and getting rehearsals underway. Don't forget publicity. We need this to feel like a big deal. Right. It'll need to be enough of a spectacle to distract the military police and Imperial Defense Force, too. Can I just say this is the worst plan to ever grace Trails of Cold Steel? It's almost as bad as Operation Meal Mirage. Leave that to me. The Crossbell News Service is at your, service. We may need to cut some corners to get the next edition out in time, but we'll do what we can. And I'll put the word out on the Orbital Network. That should build a little hype.
Well, since we're all pitching in, why don't I pull a couple of strings on my end as well?
The Heiyue people. What the? Sow. Or... Ow.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ashen Chevalier.
And as always, it's a pleasure to see you again, Ellie.
Must be the young Heiyue executive I've heard so much about. What's going on? Shin's here, too. Hands where I can see 'em, White Orchid Dragon. I heard about your little run-in with Uni and, Mademoiselle Ellie? Mademoiselle? I don't know how to say that. What's your deal?
Please. My contract with the Governor General's office is long since over. There's no need to be so suspicious. This time around, I'd like the honor of assisting you in your endeavors.
Listen, pal. I don't know who you are, but I know shady types like you when I see them. You'd never do anything just out of the goodness of your heart. What's your syndicate's stake in this?
The end of the world would be the end of Heiyue. It's as simple as that. Even so, I've brought you a little something extra, as a show of good faith.
Like Mademoiselle, but Mademoiselle? I mean, I was gonna say Mademoiselle, but... yeah. Stuff. I guess that works. Randy can go back home now. This is the Almighty Conflagration and... Father.
My agents were able to capture this image shortly before the generator went online. Shall we begin devising our plan now? If you'd like to reach them, we best start soon.
No, you can get to stepping. We got this. Sometime later, Estelle, Scheherazade, and the rest of their friends arrived from Erebonia. Everyone else on board the Courageous II who was willing to help touched down soon after. I think someone's pinging me for Among Us. I shall check. Mentions. Yeah. People want me to play Among Us. Sorry, dogs, I'm playing Trails of Cold Steel 4. Or rather, I would love to play Trails of Cold Steel 4, but I'm kind of, how do we say it? Stuck in this weird loop of not progressing the story because the game wants to put on a concert here. Instead of, charging into the Geofront and leading the guards away, like all the other plans that we do. How is this supposed to work? This performance is going to lead guards away from the Geofront to this place to watch the performance so we can sneak in? Get out of here. Wow, this is shaping up to be a real full-scale operation. You said it. I can't believe Allie offered to sing. Not to mention Prince Oliver, Mint, and the entire Modern Music Club on accompaniment. And then we have Tita helping out with staging. Kawa, Elise, and Princess Alphen are pitching in all over the place too. Plus we have Angelica and Duvali standing by in case things go wrong. Elliot directing the musicians and Crow the performers. I know Crow thinks otherwise, but this really does feel like our little concert from back then. Right, well, Crow aside, I ain't never seen anyone as demanding as Elliot when it comes to striking a tune. Everybody's helping out, even Heiue. I didn't see that one coming. Cooperating with them wasn't an easy pill to swallow. There's definitely something they're not telling us. We shouldn't let our guard down around them. True, but I think they're sincere in their desire to save the world, if nothing else. I believe they will continue to help us for as long as it remains beneficial to them. At least they're giving us good intel. Like the warning about who we'd have to face on our way to fight Aryan Road. The conflagration is no surprise, but my father, it's almost as though he's following in the footsteps of our ancestors, Laura, as in second in command of the Eisenritter. Indeed, the Great Twilight must be taking advantage of that connection. Nevertheless, this is for the best. We'll find no stronger test of our mettle than them. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Okay, all that's left is to round up whatever intel we still can and prepare for tomorrow's performance. Tomorrow's performance? We do not have 3 days until the war. People, come on. After that, we can figure out which of us will take part in the infiltration. I believe Laura's participation is a given, but I would like to offer my sword as well. You are already going to be in the squad. The Arcade and Vander schools have long grown side by side, after all, though it may be presumptuous to consider myself a suitable representative. Not at all, it would be my pleasure. Machias and Sharon need to come along too. I? Right, I've been to Orcus Tower on inspections a ton of times. I know it like the back of my hand. And I was periodically called upon at the Governor General's behest during my time with Ouroboros. You may leave the particulars of the thaumaturgical sector to me. Thanks, Sharon, we appreciate it. Elise and the others are standing by with Tio at the SSS building. Everyone else is either helping set up for tomorrow or gathering more info around town. Let's take one last look around ourselves. We can come see Elliot once we're all set to go. Alright, let's get moving. Now, I don't know what Oliver was doing with those glasses. I don't have Altina in the group. That's our healer. Actually, that would mean Elisa would have to be the healer. And I guess that's fine. I think she's kind of built to be a healer. Alright, so they want us to walk around, which means there's going to be side quests. I need a drink of water. That's for Sharon. Ooh. Is this the VIP? The X sector is right up ahead. Explains all the extra security. Right, but according to Lloyd, the guards are mostly around the elevator to Orcus Tower. Might be okay as long as we stay away from there. Alright, we can do some reconnaissance at least. There's a strange presence here. It could be worth investigating. So whatchamacallit? A cryptid? The Geofront. Oh, I can't go to Sector 2. I'm guessing I have to do all the puzzles as well. I suppose it's kind of nice that now we can come back to areas that we've already been to.
Oh, I hope no one can see.
Oh. You're very annoying, dudes. Let me see here. I need to make sure Elisa's actually up to the task here. We're gonna give you Cannon. And Oberon. And that will allow us to get rid of Holy Breath. This is the Akala gem. Okay, that can go on you, I believe. Yeah. Good. Congratulations, sir. Heat up is really nice. Do a cast. Ooh. We have a better EP cut. EP cut? No, no EP cut. We don't need Tira. We'll give you a Water Bell. Flare Butterfly. I don't know. Ingenuity? Sure, that sounds great. Alright, I think she's up to snuff. Only thing we are missing, the Seraphic Ring for emergencies. Doesn't look like we have any extra Seraphic Rings. I don't even see them on the list here, which is a little suspicious. Right, I wanted to get rid of this. Zeus gem. Ooh. Let's give you... Sure, more EP. Kurt, you're at 74. You are at 32. That gives you Rikuria. I've been wanting to get rid of this for a long time. We'll give you the Zeus. Alright, and we will save. These enemies, I don't remember them being too crazy, but at the same time,